We should start with the opening statement, Coach.
Obviously an exciting day for our guys, in our program and our university as a whole. We talked to our guys when we finished off our triple header on Saturday that, that we weren't, coming here for a sightseeing tour. We really felt like we were playing well, and this was a place that once we found out where we were going, was a place we felt like we could have success. And I really feel like our guys believed that this week in preparing, and it certainly played like it today. So we know Southern Miss has got a great program and has for decades, and what Coach Berry does there is incredible. We knew we were going to be facing one of the best arms in the nation, and it would be challenging. And we need to do what we could to put together to quality bats. Cravey did a great job for us, and then Petschke went all the way the distance in the end.
Johnny?
Coach, when their starter is being as dominant as he is, and then finally at the top of the 10th, first time you don't see him, they lead it off with a home run and take the lead. What is that like psychologically for your group to just see one go out and then obviously ended up with 4 runs before the game ended?
Well, yeah, that's for us. The left on the base. It sure felt like we had more than we did than they did, because they left a ton of guys on as well. It felt like we had opportunities that we weren't cashing in on, and then of course, the reason he's such a great pitcher is he does a good job of getting out of that stuff, and did a good job of keeping the ball down and turning some double plays for him. But yes, when you're at that point, you'd rather anybody come through the gate as long as Hall wasn't emerging from the dugout. So there was a little bit of a celebration happening there for all of us. They were saying, "Who is it? Who is it?" I yelled, "It doesn't matter," even though the guy coming in was also really good. When you haven't been able to score and you've gone that long without scoring, there's no question it's a little bit of an emotional lift. It carries forward if you get a leadoff walk, but obviously more if you hit one over the batter's eye.
So after playing 27 last Saturday, I guess 10's no big deal.
Yes, we've gotten used to that. Now what we weren't used to in Greenville was the heat. This is regional hot here this week. So yes, it's we talked about it on the bus coming over. The expression is battle tested. We've been really battle tested. We talked early on about this likely being a 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 type of game, and not to allow the frustration to rise to a too disappointing level if you don't get the hit. He's great, and when you put up the numbers he's put up in his career there this year, you're not generally going to put together 3 or 4 hits in a row. You hope you can get a walk, a single, a couple of walks, and then that one big hit. And Garrett got one early for us, and then that escaped us until that last inning.
Questions for student athletes?
Garrett, what was the kind of general approach for the team against Tanner Hall, and how do you feel like you were able to execute on that?
Our general approach was, we knew that he had a really good changeup. We just want to see the ball up today. No matter what it was, fastball, we'd take a fastball at the knees for a strike, then if he was throwing that. But I don't think he was getting that pitch today, and that led to our success because we didn't chase that pitch down. We were disciplined on the pitch down for the most part. And then we just saw when we got mistakes, we hit him and we hit him hard.
Ben, Coach came out after you loaded the bases in the 10th. What did he say to you, and what did you do to kind of buckle down after that?
Honestly, I don't remember what he said. That happens a lot. But I was confident. It's happened all year. Done that my whole life. Not on purpose, but find a way to get through it.
The official term is Petschke time.
Yeah.
It's generally speaking, when we win all these 1-2 run games, it's usually with runners at second, third, of the bases loaded, 1 out, and then he goes strike out, and then generally gets the other guy out. But once the chaos reigns, he usually clamps down.
Johnny?
Coach, obviously you don't know who's going to win tonight, but Auburn is the favorite. If they do win, you guys got beat pretty bad down here earlier this year. Didn't have a chance to play them at the Met when that game got rained out. How excited are your guys to have an opportunity at Auburn again in this stage?
Very. The score of that last game was not an indication of how competitive it was. It was a 4-run game in the 8th inning, and we had the bases loaded and 2 outs, and didn't get the hit when we needed it. And then the bottom of the 8th, they scored a bunch and pulled away and ended up 10-run rolling us. So, we couldn't be more confident. We talked about it. I think we're 31-13 in our last stretch of games. We've been playing really, really well. We can catch the ball. We've got guys that'll fill up the zone. I think we talked. Going playing at LSU in that 3-game series, it was a sellout those first 2 days. It's going to be an electric environment here tomorrow night, but it won't be more than what we saw at LSU. And I do think that was, from a mental standpoint, a big part of the growth for our team. we've been a different team since we got back from Baton Rouge.
Ben, I think you ended up 1 pitch shy of your season high. When you come into the game, is it kind of just your expectation that that was your game to try to finish?
Yeah, definitely. Just after every inning that I'm out there, come back in, don't celebrate, just be ready for the next one. Just be ready.
Good. The home run Rodriguez hit went over the batter's eye. I mean, I don't imagine you see a whole lot like that, or is that a regular thing?
No, I mean, he does have tremendous power. We were in the 8th inning, the wind changed out there. It had been blowing. It was a crosswind going from left to right, field pole, and then during one of their at bats, I noticed that the wind had changed. Right, that's when you notice things like that more. And so if I think if the wind had been blowing like it was earlier in the game, I still think it gets out, but it's not quite as majestic. And instead of the wind hurting it like it was earlier in the game, I think it gave it a little bit of help to get a little bit more distance. But he got a pitch up, and he did not miss. And he's really been one of our best guys the last 5 or 6 weeks. He had a really tough start to the season, and really up until the second conference weekend, he was not in there on an everyday basis. But we knew he was incredibly talented and had real power to all fields. And I think he's hitting over 400 since the end of April, and has really been on fire for us.
Yeah, against Hall, are you looking change up first, or are you looking fastball?
I just knew he couldn't beat me with his fastball, so I was just I was also setting fastball, and if I got the change up, I was just trying to pull it as hard as I could. I trusted my hands enough, just kept them high, and I knew if I saw it, I was good enough to either leave it down or just fire my hands at it. In my first double, that's exactly what I did. It was Coach David told me it was a 90% fastball count, 1-0, and then I got a change up, but just trusted my hands and just threw them right at it, and it worked.
Any more questions? Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.